My name is Harsh Thaker. I'm 28 years old now. I play for the Canadian national cricket team. I'm a right-handed batting all-rounder, and we're going to be going to the World Cup in February. So I was born in India, Gujarat. I was there till about the age of 7 with my parents and my sister. I didn't play cricket there much. I started playing cricket since I was a 3-year-old kid. It was always in my blood. I had a small cricket bat. I used to break a lot of light bulbs. Since I've been here, I found a club in Etobicoke. That's called Sheriff Budu. It's called Castor Cricket Academy, Castor Cricket Academy / Transac. And then since then, I've been playing for Transac, made my way up to the under-15s, the under-19s, and then obviously the national team now. I think most commendable part about this is my parents. I think it's harder for them rather than me because they're coming to a new country with new language, what you've been used to, they're just getting thrown into a new whole culture. Playing when you're younger, you're just playing the game because you love the game. And I did that till I was about 15, 16. I just played the game because I loved it. I think it was after the age of 19, we started thinking about, okay, what to do next now. And my mom's big thing was always that I had to get an education. I had to get a job. There was no second guessing that. Because in that point, in this country, there was no professional career in cricket because we didn't have contracts, we didn't have anything. There's not enough money in the place to make enough money from that.
Yes, I'm Tushar Thaker. I'm the Harsh dad, and yes, is my, I would say, hero.
My name is Riya. I'm Harsh's sister.
I'm Dimple Thaker. I am Harsh's mother.
He used to take bat and ball with him in his bed, but I kept in cricket no, he will be a cricketer and he should be a cricketer. And one of my colleagues as an umpire, he was introducing me that he is Tushar, right? And he said, he's a Harsh father. He knows me before even. But when he said that he's a Harsh father, I was so proud at that point of time. I was start crying in front of everyone even, right? Because that's the moment that I was waiting for. That somebody recognized me as a Harsh dad, right?
Both of us would wake up at 7 a.m. and I would drive him on my bicycle to his practice. And I just loved seeing him play even back then. It was like a dream that we all dreamt of, as a family. So it did not really feel like a sacrifice. Cricket was his first girlfriend. So we always called his bat his girlfriend.
No, first I told him, if you want to go to cricket, I don't have any problem, but just finish first your studies. So he did his computer science, IT, done everything. Then he 100% focus in cricket only.
As a family, we would be watching a movie and then 10 p.m. he's like, I got to go to bed because I got a game or I got to go to practice. He was always disciplined.
Wake up early and do his exercise proper. We don't need to tell anything.
First time I got picked I was 13 years old. I had no idea there was a Canada under-15 team. We got an email saying you're being picked for the national team. We had a tour to Bermuda. Bermuda was more of a under-19 prep, so that time we were under-17s. The qualifiers were going to be in Bermuda, the World Cup qualifiers. So then we had a pre-tour in Bermuda before that, a year before that. So played that, and then it was just, at that point it was just about making the under-19 cricket World Cup. So to perform at the under-19 World Cup qualifier, I came back as MVP of the tournament and made my first 100 there. So it was quite awesome. It was against USA as well. So I was always a batsman first. I started bowling because I felt like 50 overs of fielding is kind of boring. So let me just try to roll my arm over and start bowling some off spin. And that pre-tour tournament that I played, I think the off spin became really good. Fast forward to second year, we had a very good squad even then. Then we had the two Pakistani legends. We had Fakhar Zaman and Mohammad Rizwan, part of our team. Rassi van der Droosen became a big name at that point. Second year in GT20, obviously Rassi was part of Vancouver, so got close with him there, and he's one of the guys that that's something I would say that I grew up playing with, and then starting to know him. So he is also someone that I looked up to. I was man of the match after a game. Mohammad Rizwan, my parents wanted to take a picture with Mohammad Rizwan, and he's like, of course, why not? And then he said something to my dad that he said it in Hindi, but he said, your son is a sher, like That was massive. My parents, my dad almost cried that day. So just the fact that someone like Mohammad Rizwan can, say something like that about you.
At words, I cannot, even still today, if I close my eyes, I can still hear that, "Uncle, your son is a tiger."
Just the exposure that it gives players, massive. As you said, Rassi's example. Like Rassi was, 30 something. He was not part of the South African national team at that point. No one knew him. He comes to G20, has a great year. And now Rassi's a big name. He's playing all around the world. He played for South Africa. He played in World Cups. And I think that started because of GT20. I played for Canada in the Super 50 in the Caribbean. This was in Trinidad. This was in 2018. So I think I was 20 years old at that point. And what an experience. I will never forget that series. Trinidad was basically the West Indies team. Pollard, Lendl Simmons, Evan Lewis, named Ravi Rampal, Imran, they had the leggy Imran Khan. Just a stacked team. Jamaica was strong. All the teams were strong. And my first experience with the national team, I was stunned. My first game, went out to bat, and I made a 50. To score a 50 that first game was such a confidence booster for me. And also the team started believing that, this guy is not just another guy that's gonna play. He's here for a long time, and he's gonna play for a long time. So I was fortunate enough to be part of that, bringing ODIs back to Canada. And we know the years that you don't have ODI status, and it's not fun. At the end of the day, if you're not playing ODI cricket, ICC is not gonna recognize you, and that's just a fact. I think Puba was the one that was the coach, and the environment that he created at that point was just, let's work hard, let's play as a team. And everybody's focus was to just make sure that we get that ODI status. I still feel like it's probably my best performance as a Canadian. It was the USA game. I made like a 47 odd, I got run out, and then I took 2 wickets. I got 2 other top guys out. I still consider that was one of the best performances as a Canadian, because I feel like that's the one that you beat USA to get ODI status, I think. We were all still confident. We went to UAE, played a warm-up game, won the first game. So that winning feeling started coming back. We played Nepal A also after the Nepal series. We won all 3 games there. I think that kind of brought the winning feeling back. And then obviously to go in our first ODI games, 2 teams, Scotland, UAE. Scotland's one of the best associate teams out there. So we knew that's a challenge. UAE's had ODI status for a long time now. And then win all 4 games, just unbelievable experience. I think it showed the world that, Canada deserved ODI status. So when you're having a down and you're not performing, you need that backing. You need that culture where the coach and captain are backing you. So massive backup from them, and then to reward them with that first century against UAE. Unreal experience. It was my first 100 for the national team. ODI 100, massive. I've always dreamt of an ODI 100 since I was a kid. So to score that in that Dubai International Stadium is a fantastic stadium. It's one of so many iconic games there. 2 days later, we were playing Scotland. Another big game. Last game of the series, we were happy with 3-0, but we were hoping that we can make it 4-0, just start off with a bang, right? So we're chasing a score, team got in early trouble. Again, I was in such a bubble that time, I didn't realize what was going on. I was just going there, watching the ball, just reacting to the ball. And then those back-to-back hundreds, I think, was a good start to that year. I think, fantastic start to the year,
I watch him on the TV, but I would consider the best innings, according to me, when he went at his first tour. First game, he made 53. I was watching that game, and I feel that, no, this is my son now. He can do anything.
Let's start off with the qualifiers. First of all, great qualifiers, I think. First game, everybody knows we lost to Bermuda. We got destroyed in that first game. We were all down that day, and then, to rise up from there, the talk was that, we're gonna qualify. It's just a matter of how we're gonna do it, how we're gonna execute. When we left that day, before we got on the team bus, everybody was positive, thinking that how are we going to do this. The last day, tropical storm. The game might have not happened. If the game didn't happen, Canada's not going to the World Cup. Bermuda makes it. I think the gods had a plan for us that day. It cleared up just in time for our game. The morning game that day also got cancelled. So it was just our game. ICC had to step in and tell them to start working on the ground. We get a game in. The wind is about 70 kilometers an hour. Even when we were playing, the 60, 70 kilometer wind. But we knew if the game happened, we knew we were going to win the game. That was a belief that the whole team had. So when we won that game, making the World Cup, one of the best feelings I've ever had. To make a senior team World Cup was unreal. The injury, Like we were practicing Yashi and just, it seemed very nonchalant in the moment. I rolled my ankle, trying to run suicides, just rolled my ankle. Everybody thought a sprained ankle, you'll be okay in about 2 weeks, not that serious. Got a call from the doctor. Doctor said, broken foot. And I was like, okay, so when am I back? Like 2 weeks, I'm good. I had no idea what a broken foot meant. Like, can I play in a broken foot? What does it mean? Doctor's like, no, you're out for 6 weeks. And 6 weeks basically means the World Cup's done, because that would have covered the World Cup.
When he got hurt, when we come to know that it's a fracture, I thought he cannot play. I was telling him, Harsh, I know that 6 weeks, even though after 6 weeks you cannot play. So just relax, everything will be fine after 6 weeks. Don't worry about it.
We booked our tickets to Florida to watch him, and it was like a group of 20 of us. So our ticket was already booked, so we were going to go anyways, but just not seeing him play was, I think, the hardest thing ever.
Even himself, he's so strong.
Yeah.
It's not like us cry. Never ever I saw him in eyes like tears or anything.
He realized that life doesn't always follow plans, right? You might have like a year advanced, of plans, but it really doesn't happen that way. So he sort of, I think after that, he just takes one day at a time.
Obviously, very emotional time at that time. Then the team came out. But when I made that post, obviously it came off as that it was disappointed not being picked. It was not about that. I think it was just the process that was used. As I said, in hindsight, I would not make a post like that going forward. I think that's what I mean. I've learned a lot from that injury. I've learned a lot from that phase. I think I've matured up a lot. I even went and joined my family in one of the trips that we were supposed to play India and Miami. So I went with my family to Miami. Unfortunately, the game got rained out against India, but we had a team meeting after. I was invited in the team dressing room. Puba and the players were, they invited me with the team. So that was cool about them. And looking back at it now, I think it's just I've learned a lot from it. I think my family also has learned a lot from it, where, they've also realized, like, you want to do things and you hope that everything goes your way, but that's not life. Life throws something at you that takes you completely and it shocks you. So, and after that, every game that I play for Canada, every game that I play in general, I started enjoying more, because you don't know how long I'm going to be doing that for. So, like a moment of realization. Cricket was always first, whereas if I had a tour and my job said you can't go, everybody knew in the household that I would have quit the job at that point, and I would have gone on the cricket tour. It's a big privilege to be playing for your country, doing what you love, and that as a career. Yes, sometimes you feel a little down when you're not performing. You feel down, but at the end of the day, you know that it's a privilege to be playing and you're living a blessed life that a lot of people are not fortunate enough to be doing. So I'm always grateful of that. I just feel like the pathway after the under-19 is not there. As a youngster, you play the World Cup, you come back and you don't know what's going to happen with you. What I would do to fix that is, create a Canada A or upcoming like Canada high performance team that's only consistent of like guys under 23. And that's just basically, you're fresh off a World Cup. You're put in a system where you keep training, you keep getting better, you keep maybe get a couple tours out of it. I think that will help the next batch, and then it'll tell them that you're being looked at as the next batch, so that there's a big shot. If you do well, you have the chance of making the national team. A lot of upcoming talents. I mean, younger guys, if I can think of the top of my head, I think Rishabh Joshi, left arm seamer, very good. We need seamers in Canada. Sheel Patel, very close to me. He's like a younger brother to me. I feel like he has a big future in the game for Canada, left arm spinner. Yuvraj, obviously Yuvraj Samra is playing for the national team now, but I feel like he has a long way to go as well. Personal goal is that I've always wanted to get that ICC Player of the Associate Player of the Year. Obviously getting into franchise leagues around the world, playing a 50-year-olds World Cup, massive thing. We're going to a T20, but I do hope that we set Canada to a point where ODI status is like is set. I don't think we shouldn't be fighting for it. So when I leave the game, I want to be at a point where ODI status is secured, so that the youngsters coming up don't have to worry about losing ODI status. That's something that I hope to do by the end of my career. And playing a 50-over World Cup would be like the cherry on top. For me personally, if you start with my dad, all the things he's done, he's always, as I said, he's always knew that I would have played for the national team, the senior team. He used to come back from work just to drop me to practice, go back to work, after work come back and pick me up, take me home, come back on a long day, but he would never complain. Sometimes I would get lazy to go to practice, but he would never say. He would call me and be like, I'm coming, we're going. Same thing with my mom. Never left without having the banana milkshake that I drink every morning. I still do to this day. Every game I had, she believed that I had to drink a banana milkshake. If it was at 6 in the morning, she'd wake up at 5:30 to make it. And I tell her, don't wake up, but she still does it. Even my sister, when we had under 19 practices at Markham, they would be at 8 in the morning on a weekday, on a weekend. She's also a young teenager at that time. She had a lot of stuff in her life as well, but she'd wake up at 6 in the morning, come to me with practice in the morning, drop me off to Markham practices, then come back home at like 11. So she would wait there the whole time. Whenever I do well, I think they are probably happier because it feels like, I think they feel like their sacrifices also got some reward. Favorite tour? I would have to say the first tour in Trinidad had a lot of enjoyment. Cricket-wise, I think obviously the UAE tour was a lot of fun. Like that whole segue, because we went up and down and then ended off on a really high. And the best part about touring is you're going with 15 guys that you've kind of spent a lot of time with, at least a lot of them. There's some guys in the team that I played since the start of my career, you know, and you develop a bond that's outside of cricket. Like Saadi's close with my parents as well. Like that's something that never goes away. Guys like Shreyas, you know, we've developed a pretty rich bond. They come to my house sometimes, you know, we invite them over for dinner and stuff. Two guys that come to mind, everyone's mind, is Rizwan Cheema and probably Ashish Bagai. I think two of the best players who ever played for Canada. Cheema Bhai, obviously I still, you know, I see him around and we have a good bond. I talk to him about cricket. I've said it before where I want to be the ICC Associate Player of the Year, but that came because of Ashish Bagai. The world circuit, Virat Kohli, I think huge influence. Obviously one of the best players in the game now. His attitude, you know, hard work, whatever he's given to the game, it's so inspiring to a lot of young players like me. If I ever got to chat with him, I think that would be the dream, you know, just to sit around and watch Kohli or just chat with Kohli.
I think he tries to follow the same discipline as Virat Kohli. I think Virat Kohli is his idol.
अगर इंडिया के साथ मैच आ गया तो एटलीस्ट 50 कर ले.
Yeah.
I always try to give off jerseys after a series or something just to inspire kids, because I believe that that plays a big aspect into a kid taking up a sport. Because it happened with me when I go to a game and if some player comes in and just gives me a jersey, I think it's a motivation for me. I believe I'm a very good cricket analyst. I realize that when I'm injured sometimes and not playing, if I'm just sitting, I love analyzing the game. A lot of my teammates have also said this, like Canadian teammates, that, you know, I'm a pretty good analyst. It is something that I may look forward in the future when I retire. I may look to go in that field as well. Meteorology was something that I always wanted to do when I was younger. IT was just a better option because it's a broader field. There's more job opportunities. If you're playing a game and the rain's expected, the first guy to be asked if there's going to be a rain out or not is me in the team, and everyone knows this.
You follow basketball?
Oh, all the time. I love the Raptors.
Your favorite team, or?
Definitely. Raptors are my favorite team. I watch a lot of basketball, I watch a lot of baseball. So let's go Blue Jays. Unbelievable. I remember every moment. Like I remember every game that the Raptors played that time. We had a home theater type of setup in my basement, so I used to watch there. And like when Kawhi hit that Game 7 winner in the championship series, like no one will ever forget that moment. Like the ball bouncing, it felt like it was bouncing for hours. And like it felt like the whole city was shut for those like 5 seconds. So Kyle Lowry was my favorite Raptors player. I think Kyle Lowry means a lot because when I was growing up, obviously Kyle Lowry was in his prime as the Toronto Raptors. Everybody knows that the Raptors, that the Kyle Lowry was the heart of the team. So that was something that I always wanted to do, that, you know, whatever's the situation, like, give it your best. I feel like the Blue Jays are kind of mimicking the same type of energy that the Raptors had during that 2019 run. You know, and the same things are happening. Game 7, like the championship series of like fantastic game, something that you'll never forget. And then you're playing a team that's stacked in the finals. I watch a lot of sports, and this is the reason, because I think when you win, I think the energy that's created, I think it unites everyone and everyone comes together.
And he's not a good cricketer only, he's a very good person too.
Very humble, very respectful, resilient, because he was always resilient. He had a lot of setbacks, tons of setbacks, but I think his nature, is what got him to where he is right now. I think that the one thing that I think he's got from my dad is discipline. I remember when I was a kid, my dad would wake up early in the morning. He would work out, and you know, as kids we would see that every day. And I think we sort of followed his footsteps. And now my brother and I, we both go to the gym. We make sure we take care of our bodies, and I think that the discipline sort of comes from him. And I think with my mom, I think she's very easygoing. She doesn't really think too hard about life. So I think that easygoing nature comes from her, and the discipline really comes from my dad. And I think that's helped shape Harsh, you know, who he is. I think for me, it was always like a basketball player, because he's got great height, right? And he plays pretty well. So I think he would make a great basketball player.
And from my side, like commentator, like he's speaking like good, like right away. Whatever you ask, he give you right away answer, and
like
proper
presence of mind.
present of mind.
Is that a superstition that runs in the family?
Yeah, I think so. I think my dad believes it. Every time Harsh is playing, he never sits. He just stands, because he believes that every time he's stood up, Harsh has scored well. So he never sits during his games, even when he's at home.
I just told him, whatever you choose, just focus. Doesn't matter like how you do, doesn't matter, but just focus your 100%. Whatever you choose, cricket or study or anything, not even higher, whatever lower also, but give your 100%.
I always knew he would make it. He just had it in him. He had that fire going in him, and I always knew he would make it.
Just tell him, like, you know, even when you're doing the tech job, keep enjoying it. There was times when I didn't enjoy it, and I just want to look back and tell him, you know, keep enjoying what you're doing. Whatever happens, happens for your good. And that part of my life, it also taught me something, and that skill that I have, like the tech job that I did, I think it'll hold me in good stead in the future. So I will tell him, like, you know, enjoy every day that you do it. Don't complain, and good things will happen to you.